Hey there, comic friends. I'm Travis, and it's New Comic Book Day. Well, at least New Comic Book Day for me. Yeah, my comics. 18 books it looks like this week, which now seems to be the new average. I guess in between when all the big stuff comes out, I don't know. The indie books take their breaks and then they come back, and then I have those big heavy weeks again, right? Some quick administrative stuff. First off, I've been doing a haul video, what my weekly books are, for a little over a year now. May is when I started, I believe, of last year. Should I keep doing these? Do people care me do this quick video? This is what I'm reading, kind of a thing. I'm thinking about, because I've kind of dropped my What the Fugue videos, for those who remember those things. I don't know. I just haven't found the time to really do them, kind of thing. So maybe I'll incorporate the two together. That may make this video a little longer, but I may just kind of talk about things and what books I got all together. That just kind of seems to make sense to make it my once a week kind of a thing that I'm gonna do. So give me your thoughts one way or the other on that. No, don't do that. Just do the hauls. I don't want to hear my opinion on what's going on in my comic book world or otherwise. Let me know. Or you sick of the seeing what I get every week because you see everybody else's books every week, or what the deal is with that. Quick drink here. There will be a comic book roundtable tomorrow, I believe. Talking some books. We'll see how many of these books I get read. Today is Ethan's birthday. He will be 19. He is 19 today. Can you believe that? If you've been with me all the way through this whole long journey I have had on YouTube, you'll remember him as this wee little kid. He's bigger than I am now, so not anyway, just kind of shocking that he's 19. Let's look at comics though, because that's really why we're here, right? So what do we got this week? This is Shade the Changing Girl, issue number 9. Tonight the Sonic Booms. The Gotham Assembly cover door, 8 p.m. I love it that it's basically a rock poster. I have no idea what this issue is going to be about. Shade is currently in Gotham. We'll see. We'll see exactly what happens. I've really been liking this book. Super strong book. Really like it. Really been enjoying it. Looking forward to seeing what's next from these creators and this character. Very much so. Be at the top of my list, I'm sure, to read this time around. Superman, issue number 24. More of the Black Dawn. I really enjoyed the last issue, more Lois focused, and that was a lot of fun. So looking forward to seeing, what this is. Looks like we got some Superboy craziness going on there, along with the rest of our family. So yeah, so this kind of officially makes 2 years, right? Because this came out, comes out twice a month, 24 issues. So yeah, Superman. Still shocking that I like that book as much as I do. Really have enjoyed it a lot. A new number 1, The Unsound. This is from Boom Studios. Written by Colin Bunn. Jack T. Cole is the artist on it. Don't know tons about this book other than something bad happens in an insane asylum, I believe, and this character goes down into the bowels of the insane asylum to find something out. Not sure exactly what that is. Generally like Cullen Bunn books, so that was a solid win for me to pick this book up. I really love this cover. I love the art. I love the style of it. I love just kind of the imagery of this building being lifted up, this crowd of people, and then you've got this kind of underworkings down below, kind of cryptic, sort of looking labyrinth looking kind of thing. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. Like I said, all those aspects look interesting to me, so decided I would give that a try. What else do we got here? Baltimore, The Red Kingdom. This is issue 5 of 5. Love that cover. No, the glare is pretty bad there. We'll see what happens. Red heart there, that gold ring, the crown, the skeletal hooded figure in the background. Yeah. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in this issue. It almost feels like we're coming to a finality of some sort because we've had this giant buildup of a Red Army. World War I is, or right after World War One. It's really nuts now. It's just kind of this intense time where huge swaths of Europe are controlled by the Red King, vampires, and that sort of thing. So we'll see what transpires out of all that. I should remember to turn my phone off when I do this thing, so I have to listen to it chime. At any rate, Ever After. This is from the Pages of Fables. This is issue number 10. I think we're getting, kind of a new storyline kicking off. I was kind of about Fables, about Ever After when it first came out. Really dug the end of the first arc, and I've been enjoying it ever since. So excited to see where this goes. Curious what this character is there. Looks like the Golden Knight or something like that. So we'll see what happens. Also curious about that little thing on their forehead, a little marking. What is that all about? Savage Things. I think this is issue 4. I want to say. Yep, issue 4. It looks like we're going to explore more kind of the back history of how these basically killing machines were created, and I'm assuming we'll continue to venture forward into trying to stop them as they've taken over this large portions of this metropolitan city, and are just raining terror on the city in the United States because the United States government pretty much screwed them. So see how that all works out. When you create super double agents and then you try screwing them and don't kill them, and then they come back to wreak their revenge on you. And all that entails. Oh, yeah. Stray Bullets, issue number 24. Sunshine and Roses, issue number 24. Check out the mustache. Yeah. Anyway, always really dig this book. So, yeah, it's just a really, really fun, smart, interesting book. And I need to find other ways to talk about the book. Everybody should be picking it up, though. Pick up the trades, pick up the Uber Alice, whatever. Just jump on here and roll with it, because it kind of bounces around in the timeline, the chronological order that it tells some of the stuff. This whole Sunshine and Roses has all been one chunk in the history of these characters, all told together. So maybe it makes sense to get the Sunshine and Roses, get the stuff that's before this. But as far as the collection itself, just pick it up wherever, kind of a thing, because it does. It bounces around. It's not like it has been told in a linear fashion, from day number 1 to the end, kind of a thing. It hasn't been that way. It will hop around in different timelines of the story. If you go and read the entire Stray Bullets, the entire length of the thing. So Nightwing, issue number 22, Blockbuster Part 1. Don't know that I'm a big fan of Blockbuster. We'll see how this is. The beginning of this arc is probably going to tell me what I'm doing with Nightwing, because I keep talking about kind of being hedging my bets, so then kind of being offense. It's a double ship book. It might be on the slide. I'm starting to feel like I love superhero comics. I love the superhero genre. I'm reaching a point where I'm not so enamored with a particular character that I am writing out a lot of books even when I'm not enjoying them. Because if that were the case, I'd still be on Green Arrow. So I want some superhero books, but I don't feel like I'm, that I owe something somewhere, that I need to keep collecting some of these books that I'm not 100% on. So I'm becoming more of a reader and less of a collector, as far as thinking I have to have the entire run of something. So it may be that I move more towards the independent books, because they're kind of venturing other places and telling different kinds of stuff, and then only have 4 or 5 superhero books, as opposed to the 20 some that I have now. Not counted. To be quite honest, I generally do not count to see really what I have. I just get what I want to get and don't worry about it. So we'll see. I don't know. And that partially comes out of a conversation that I had last night. I did a hangout. It'll be a podcast too at some point, with Long Box Review. If you're not subscribed to him, you should go subscribe to him. Check out that video. Maybe I'll remember to put down the links. It is 2 hours long. It's kind of like the roundtable, except it's me and Eric from Long Box Review and Damien, Sleepy Reader 666. We're all kind of sitting around talking about Rebirth, and the button thing and kind of what we think of the whole launch and all that sort of stuff. And I don't know if it's on, if it was recorded or afterwards. We talked, a bunch before and after the show too, just about collecting in general and our habits and what we're reading and why we're reading it, kind of thing. So that's where that train of thought around the superhero books comes from. So this is Injection. This is issue number 13. I can't remember if this is going to be like possibly the end of this next arc with our Mound and our tech savvy character. I cannot remember her name right offhand, who I really like. But yeah, always enjoy Injection, Warren Ellis book. Shelby and Valeria on art. Just good stuff. Superhero comic I am always enjoying. Hawkeye issue number 7. Who's the deadliest of them all? Looking at the mirror there. Mirror on the wall. Kelly Thompson, I continue to say she has this good grasp on Kate Bishop. Hawkeye, just this nice kind of mid-ground between all the people who have used the character, whether that be the Matt Fraction on the Hawkeye stuff, or Kieran Gilliam, Jamie McKelvey on the Young Avengers stuff. It just kind of has this happy place for me, and I've just been really enjoying it, so I'm looking forward to that. Oh boy, Flintstones issue number 12. I believe this is the end of the Flintstones. I think this is the last issue, because I think it was only going 12. And I love this cover because, of course, the cover shows some little protoplasm there, and it's fish, and and then it becomes land animals, basically monkeys, and then there is Fred, and of course after Fred is us, the newest version of Homo sapiens. Brilliant book. The Flintstones have been amazing. I got the first trade and then got the rest of it in singles. Just super smart book. The social commentary in it and stuff has just been really great. So I'm looking forward to this issue. Bummed it's going away. At some point we'll get Snagglepuss, written by the same writer at least, and I'm curious to see how that all plays out when it comes out. Oh, The Fall and Rise of Captain Atom, issue number 6. I am glad it's issue number 6 because this has been a slog, and I am looking forward to it just kind of being done. Can't imagine what they're going to do in the final issue that's going to cement this thing and make me think, well, that was a decent miniseries to read. It was just very dry and very long feeling. So, yeah, that'll go at the bottom of the read pile. Hey, check this out. Last week, I got Doctor Strange issue number 21. This week, I get Doctor Strange issue number 20. And this is actually the last issue written by Jason Aaron with Balcho on art. So looking forward to it. I love this cover. Awesome cover of him eating his crazy food that's always been kind of a topic of conversation in this run of the book and whatnot. So yeah, I'm just looking forward, curious to see what this is. What this soup is. Is this kind of a kickoff of all of their stuff? We'll see. I don't know what is in store for Doctor Strange going forward because of the whole Evil Empire stuff tie-in and whatnot. I don't know if I'm riding out the other end of that or not. Haven't decided. So, issue number 12 of Faith. This is the final issue of the Faith ongoing, where she's by herself. I know that there is going to be a Valiant book that she is the lead of a team, written by Jody Houser. I think it's got the same people on the book, but I'm not really interested in that because that dips deep enough into the Valiant world that I don't know. I'm not interested in all of that. I just really been enjoying the Faith book. Who knows? Maybe I'll reach a point where I'll be faith deprived enough that I go and pick that up. I don't know. Or hopefully they bring back the solo Faith book. So I'm not sure exactly why Valiant decided to make that decision. Certainly wasn't a creator decision. They would keep doing the book as long as people would let them do it, I think. So, yeah, I like I said, just really enjoyed it. It's been a great 12 issues plus the 4-issue miniseries was before it. So I'm happy that we got to read what we did. Curious to see how this kind of lands. And I don't know what's going to be next. Hopefully we'll get more Faith on her own, because I like her being her own person as opposed to teamed up with a bunch of other stuff, I believe. So another issue, #1 issue, another horror book. I seem to be getting a lot of horror books lately. Aftershocks Comics. This is Baby Teeth. Donny Cates, Gary Brown. I like Gary Brown's artwork. I'm not super familiar with Donny Cates' work. I know he's he's just turning out a ton of stuff right now. It seems like Paybacks. I know I read Paybacks by him. Haven't read the other things I don't think by him. But Gary Brown, like his artwork, he was doing the Black Road. He does a lot of stuff. He's an artist that actually does multiple books at the same time. If somebody will hire him to do more than one book, he will crank out more than one book at a time. So kudos to Gary Brown for that. But basically, I think the premise is what if you gave birth to the Antichrist? I believe is kind of the premise of the story. So we'll see. Aftershocks has been putting out a lot more comics, it seems like, which is cool in one way. But if there are going to be more Aftershocks comics that I don't feel the need to pick up. So I don't know if that's a bad thing for them or a good thing, but whereas when they first started out, pretty much just picking up most things unless it had creators on it that I definitely did not have faith in. But I'll be curious to check it out. Oh, the now infamous, if you've been on the internet at all, Batman issue number 24. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this all plays out in here. I won't spoil it, even though I'm sure the internet spoiled it because the internet spoiled it for me. So yeah, I'll have things to say about this. I'm sure I'll have things to say about the way they went about promoting this book on the Company Roundtable. Not happy with it, needless to say, as far as the promotion part goes. But yeah, we'll see what Batman's like. Batman's one of those kind of curious books. I keep reading it. I keep wanting to understand Tom King's idea of Batman, and I don't know that I'm always getting it. So we'll see how that goes. Another Marvel book, Black Bolt issue number 2. Really, really liked Black Bolt issue number 1. Largely for the Christian Ward artwork, but I actually really liked the story too. It was interesting. I'm really curious to see what's going on there with Saladin Ahmad on writing it. So yeah, I'm he's in this prison. What's really going on there? Really curious about all that. So very much looking forward to checking out Black Bolt issue number 2. No idea whether this is an ongoing. I don't think they've said. It's kind of those things. As long as it's selling well, I think they have a potential infinite amount of story to tell, maybe, or they've got this particular story to tell, and then when it's done, it's done. I'm not 100% sure, but if anything's like, if any of it's like issue number 1, I'm really going to enjoy it. Like I said, the artwork makes it pretty amazing, if nothing else. Christian Ward, the other big work that he's done here recently. Oh yeah, let's get the foam from my tea off my mustache. But he Odyssey. The Odyssey is the latest big thing. Yeah. And finally, this time around, it is Paper Girls issue number 15. Just been loving Paper Girls. It's really gotten interesting again. Got this whole crazy thing going on with these kind of Neanderthal-ish kind of guys that, of course, have been dipped in technology because it's been leaking into their timeline. So just really curious. There's been some really great bombshells have happened in amazing Cliff Chiang artwork. So yeah, super stoked for it. Gonna be a good week. Gonna be a good week of comics. We'll see how many of those I get read amongst the birthday kids celebration and all that sort of stuff. But I will be here tomorrow. We'll try to get started closer to 6:30 Pacific time. We've been really bad lately of starting, almost half an hour late or more. Got to try and see if we can nip that in the bud and get back to back to being a little more consistent on our time. Anyway, well, like I said at the beginning of the thing, let me know. Should I start making this, what the feud kind of thing along with my books, or is it because of the fact I get as many books as I do? We're pushing 20 minutes without me discussing a whole lot of stuff. Does that make too long of a video to sit through? Because I know, some of you guys want to check out some of the videos, but you don't want to sit around for an hour, and I don't blame you for that. Those are not always the videos you want to pay attention to. So let me know. I mean, clearly my channel, I'm going to do what the heck I want to do anyway, but I'm always curious about the input. So And with that, we've hit the 20-minute mark, basically. So have a great one, everybody. Hope you got some awesome books this week, and I will be checking out your videos hopefully this weekend while I'm reading my books, and maybe we'll chat on Saturday. Have a great one, everybody.